So today I'm trying to make a list of jobs that I need to do when I take the boat out of the water next week. It's coming out on Wednesday the 22nd for 6 weeks, and I'm going to try and get as many jobs done as I can. So I'm writing a list down today of the jobs that I need to do. First job is paint the top sides and the underneath of the boat. So I need to paint the boat pretty much all over. I need to take the tow rails off and varnish them. I need to take the seacock out of the toilet and change that. I've bought a new one of those. Change all the piping in the toilet, which is a nasty job, but hey, it's got to be done. Other jobs, I'm going to try and get someone in to take the propeller off and clean it and change the propeller shaft and the PPS seal, which is supposed to be a dripless seal, and they're supposed to be, instead of like stuffing that you put in the stern gland, and they're supposed to be dripless, but mine's dripping. Like, it's been in there, it's got to be in there about 15 years now, so I think it needs replacing or it needs servicing or something. So hopefully they can have a look at that, and that's quite an expensive job, so I'm going to get someone else to have a look at that. Also, it's quite an important job because you don't want the boat leaking. So to give me sort of peace of mind, I want that sort of done professionally, so when I'm out sailing around there's no water coming in the boat, because who wants that? It's a nightmare. Okay, so today I'm warming up the outboard as I'm going to do an oil change and a gearbox change. Not a gearbox change, a gearbox oil change. So I'm just warming up the outboard now, and then I'm going to haul it out of the water, put it on the boat, drain the oil into a container, and then top it up, and hopefully it'll run a little bit smoother. So here you can see I've drained the oil into a container. It's going to go into another container and get disposed of properly. Keep getting distracted by the seals. Okay, so I was a bit short on food today, so I just went over to the beach and got myself some, well, they're cockles, but I like to call them clams. And I made myself a mojito. So I'm going to have a little drink, say cheers to you all. It's very windy outside, and I'm going to have a nice, pasta dish for tea. So even when the weather's bad, you can still enjoy yourself and have something nice to eat. So I'm taking the boat out of the water today. I hope that I'm prepared for it. I've got fenders on out the sides and all the ropes ready. I've taken one of the solar panels off, left one on, and yeah, so just see what happens later. Hopefully everything will go smoothly and nothing will get broken, touch wood. But it's a nice day for it. The sun's out, and just hope the wind stays down, fingers crossed. Well, as you can see, they put some slings on the boat and we got her out of the water, and the bottom was completely covered in barnacles and mussels and weed and algae and other creatures, sponges and all sorts under there. It looks like the bottom of the Great Barrier Reef. This is because the anti-foul paint is completely either worn off or worn out now, and so things just start sticking to the bottom of the boat, and it doesn't take very long, but as you can see it's completely covered, and this was slowing the boat down to a crawl basically. All the performance went out of the boat, so this really needed to be done. And the guys from the marina came along and they got their jet washer on there, and you can see they've completely cleaned it off now. And that's just left the bottom ready for me to start sanding and taking back any excess paint and repairing any damaged bits on the bottom of the boat. And this is where they left it for the next 6 weeks, and they propped it up with some wooden stakes called shoves, and that's where they left it. And one of the first jobs I got round to was to get the floors up and paint in the bilge and around the engine area with some bilge paint to tidy that up. And then I started on the putting some epoxy on the bottom of the boat. And as you can see here, the pink stuff on the bottom of the boat is the tie coat, and you have to put this on before you put the Antifoul on. We're in the marina at Dartside Quay. I'll show you a few of the jobs that I've done, and some of the jobs that the guys from AK Marine have done. Here, put some antifoul on my propeller and sanded it all down and put the thing on. This is a brand new nut, new system, which has got this little thing that they punch out, so that stops the nut from coming off. The rope cutter was taken off and dipped in acid. It used to be on this side here, but they've drilled it, so I'm going to fill this in later. It all looks nice and new. Now this is the hull, and now this is silicone, and it's supposed to be better for the environment because it doesn't come off the boat, and basically it's very slippery. It's weird stuff. It feels like plasticky, and it's quite expensive to buy new. Well, it's very expensive if you buy it new. I managed to get it from somewhere in Plymouth, and they gave me a very, 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 very good deal on it, because it's like 1,500 quid for 10 litres, and that's just for the silicone top coat. That's just for the anti-foul. And before you put it on, you have to put a tie coat on underneath. I'll put a picture in and show you the tie coat, and it looks like pink, and it's the same sort of stuff. It's a tie coat, but it's like a silicone tie coat. So I had to buy 10 litres of that and 10 litres of this silicone stuff, and it comes in 3 parts. 3-part mix for the tie coat and a 3-part mix for this, so it's a bit faffy. You have to mix it all in together and put it all in together, and then I just put this on with a roller. Usually it goes on tankers and they spray it on with an airless spray gun, but this is the new anti-foul. I'm going to see how it fares, because it's quite exciting, because it's just slippery, so nothing can stick to it, so none of the paint erodes, and it's not like copper coat where copper's going in the water, or where the paint erodes and falls off and the barnacles and stuff fall off, and obviously the paint goes into the water. This stays on, so hopefully it's better for the environment. I also painted in around the cockpit here. I'm going to sand it back and do a little bit of a better job at another time, but I just thought I'd get a coat on and paint around the top sides of the cockpit. There's a few more jobs that I need to do in the cockpit. A bit more painting, and I've got to sand back the cockpit seats, and then that's a lot of the work done. Coming along. It sounds like very easy just to paint this and paint that, but it's taken 6 weeks. and a nervous breakdown to complete it. Hopefully all will go well tomorrow. I mean, moving a boat is like moving your house. It's just, yeah, it's a nerve-wracking business. Anyway, hopefully tomorrow she'll be back in the water where she needs to be, deserves to be. And here you can see the guys are now going to put the strops underneath the boat and lift her up, and what they're going to do is they're going to lift her up and let her hang in that crane overnight, because they're not using it, and the boat's going back in the water the next morning, very early in the morning, so she's ready to go. And this guy here is just putting on some cling film around the strops to keep them free of dirt and paint and stuff. Well, I did have some problems getting Rebecca out of the marina, just because I had to back her out through a small channel and the wind picked up, and it was just a bit of a nightmare really. But as you can see, she's back on her mooring now, safe and sound, and she's looking pretty good. I think the paint on the top sides has come out well, and the woodwork looks good as well, all the varnishing on that, and the Antifoul. So I'll be looking forward to see how well the Antifoul performs. I mean, it's a bonus for me. It's managed to stay on there and not come off, so I'll be happy to see how long it lasts and see what the performance changes are in the boat. And we'll see that next time, as I'm going to be sailing Rebecca over to the Channel Islands single-handed. So that should be quite an exciting episode, hopefully a little bit more interesting than this one. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me. And so till the next episode, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.